Now listen, Kamala is the most relatable person immediately. She's a person who is not qualified for her job. That is, most Americans don't feel qualified for their jobs and aren't.
Another comedian whooping Kamala Harris. This video is brought to you by TatumStore.com. TatumStore.com. Get you one of these Kamala Harrises. She's a scam artist. Get you a Kamala Harris. Or you can say Scamala, whichever way you say her name.
Turn that off.
I call her Scamala. Get you a Scamala Harris shirt. Link is in the description section. Discount code will pop up here for my YouTube people. Make sure you hit the like button. You guys have been doing great hitting the like button. Our likes are just blowing up, and it helps the video get out there. And if you like the video, you might as well hit the like button. Let's get into this. Ladies and gentlemen, Tim Dillon, just like Joe Rogan and some other comedians, decided to go after Kamala Harris, and I think it's absolutely hilarious. One of the things that I noticed is that they have their list of comedians that support Kamala, and we have our list of comedians that exposes Kamala. It's that simple. Comment in the comment section if you think this was funny. Joe Rogan's was hilarious. Let's see if Tim Dillon can outdo Joe Rogan. Roll the clip.
Now listen, Kamala is the most relatable person immediately. She's a person who is not qualified for her job. That is, most Americans don't feel qualified for their jobs and aren't. Most Americans spend 4 years in college getting fed gobbledygook and horse shit, and then they have to go on an interview or a series of interviews and say, I'm going to make the marketing at this company so good, and they don't know what they're doing, because no one really does. In the beginning, when I first started to become a comedian, I was not qualified for my job, but I have to go out and tell people I'm a comedian. They go, yeah, okay. It's when you start a podcast and no one's listening. You go, I've got a podcast. They go, really? It's everybody in this country. It's act as if, fake it till you make it. It's maybe the main American thing is to be full of shit until the rest of your surroundings conform to the level of bull that you have been spewing for years. Kamala is perfectly at home and perfectly calm and at peace with being full of shit, being unqualified. She gets it. She understands, and Americans understand too. They go, we kind of like this woman because she is not bothered by the fact that she is an empty vessel. She just wants to be the president, bitch. And wouldn't you? Wouldn't you want to be the president? It's every person that has no business doing what they're doing, which is such a large swath of this country. No business doing what they're doing. They have a soft spot for Kamala Harris. Even I look at Kamala, and she will wreck the country and the world. They will wreck the people. And by the way, not even her. The people that are behind her will destroy Earth. And I don't know if anyone will be able to stop them from destroying Earth, no matter who's in. But they will accelerate the process of destroying Earth, and people will dance into the, they will dance into the fire pits. And it's just, but maybe that is better. I don't know.
For some reason, I thought this was a comedic skit. It's still funny, but it's not a comedic skit. So I apologize for saying it was supposed to be a comedic skit, but keep watching.
No one has heard anything from her. No one knows anything. Everything she says is crazy. She was not allowed to speak as the vice president. She was given strict orders to not speak. She was given strict orders to not say anything. Everything she said was crazy. You act like you fell out of a coconut tree. Like, she tries on different accents. She has different sayings. She makes up family members that don't exist. You know, my aunt used to say that the future is just a past. Like, just play anything she said. Play anything. Is this her new accent?
New accent.
Yeah.
And you all helped us win in 2020, and we're going to do it again in 2024. Yes, we will.
That's right.
Yes, we will.
Look at her. She's like, Yeah, so there's that great moment right after she does that. It's great. Play that again. Watch her right after she delivers. She's in disbelief. She's in full disbelief. Watch her after she delivers that 2024. She is in full, because by the way, in the middle of the night, they knocked on her door. It was like Game of Thrones. They knocked on her door. They're like, Joe's out. And she's like, oh, what do you mean? They go, he's out. And you're in. And it was Obama and Pelosi. Cy Hirsch just wrote the article. And they're like, and if you don't gain traction, you're out. So follow me. And she had to follow these people by candlelight. They led her down a long corridor, a long hall, and she's being led. And they all have sleeping caps on. It's the Middle Ages. And she's going down a long hall. And she goes into her room. So she has no idea how this even happened. But she's handling it well. She smiles and she's kind of goofy and silly, and she doesn't know. She's like a teacher. She's like a teacher who's in front of the class, and she's like, oh, I was just in school, not even a couple of months ago, but now I'm in front of the class, and now it's my classroom, and these are my students. Watch her face after 2024, because she's taking it all in.
And you all helped us win in 2020, and we're going to do it again in 2024. Yes, we will.
Yeah, I mean, she's like, I cannot believe they are allowing this. I cannot believe, but believe it.
You should have seen her the other day at the beginning of her little rally.
Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Good evening.
Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. And good evening. Good evening. I was like, when you got somewhere and you don't know what you're supposed to be saying, maybe the teleprompter was glitching or something, and all you say is good evening, is insane to me. But I'm a speaker, and I've been in front of crowds, and I've frozen up before, and I've lost my train of thought before in front of a bunch of people. I never lost my train of thought so much so that I just repeat the same words 100 times in a row. With the outside of context, it got awkward after a while. Good evening. Is she still saying good evening? Like, ma'am, are you good? Somebody put that teleprompter up there. What is she saying? She's just randomly saying good evening. Insane. Anyway, tell me if you like what your boy said. I'll see you on the next one. I'm out.